Smita, a lot of small parties in Bihar make a difference, Small parties, 1% vote, 2% vote, 3% vote. Do you think that these small parties are going to gain more momentum in Bihar? Or with the election that is taking place, they are going to get slightly squeezed in this time?
Well, you see, these small parties take the biggest lines when the seat sharing and such negotiations are on. Because, see, they always punch above the weight. Okay? Because then they can exchange largely the line was the almost a direct fight. And you know what happened in 2020. So they realized that 1%, sometimes it's less than 1%, or 1.5%. I've seen Mukesh Sahni, making line all over country in the national media with a 2.5 or 2.6% vote. And I have agreed. I mean, enough ground observation to tell you that story is going to all the mal votes. All the others. And yet he has himself declared as the CM candidate. So yes, smaller parties are very strict in making headlines. They value that small percentage, and every alliance is a bit sad. In a constituency.
Smita, we need to go to Smita. I think we need to go to Chitra. We need to fix your line. There's an audio break there. Your opening comments, Chitra Batham.
Well, I think I'd like to talk about the same or continue the same topic that Smita was talking about. I'd like to correct her. Although you may say that the subcategorization of the caste to which Mr. Mukesh Sahni belongs may be just 2.5%, but he actually belongs to a larger community which is called as the fishermen's community, which is nothing less than 10 to 12% vote percentage in Bihar. And I would like to also remind you that he's been made the face of Deputy CM from the EBC community, which is no less than 38% vote share in the entire Bihar. So I think one needs to be updated about the statistics that we are talking about over here. So he definitely comes from a larger group and who has a considerable amount of vote share in the Bihar politics. And
yes, please go on.
Yes. So I was just saying that I just jumped into the conversation, and the conversation about the folklores were going on about the Dangal Raj propaganda that is still continuing. If that is the case, then I don't think so. For the next 20 to 40 years, somebody should vote NDA or Modi government in Manipur, or for that matter in entire India, because the manner in which the communal rights that have taken place after independence, after 75 years of independence in India, is completely humongous in nature, and that has changed the perception of India globally as well. So I think narratives need to be set correctly. The narrative that today we are taking to the polls is the narrative of Palayan. Almost 75 lakh people from Bihar are now out of Bihar, and which is why there is so many deletions also, so many lakh deletions also that has taken place, and they have been not allowed to cast their vote into these respective elections. I must also remind you, when we talk about the development, what sort of infrastructure development has taken place for the Gen Zs? Is there anything? Leave about the smart cities. There are no cities also in Bihar apart from Patna. There is not a single city that is developed. So I think there is no development politics that has taken place in Bihar. This is what the Vinash Kal that we have been talking about, 20 years of Vinash Kal, and this is the change that today Bihar is going to vote for.
There seems to be a difference. Instead of using the word youth, I have realized that a lot of spokespersons are using the word Gen Z. This is a discursive shift that has happened. Smita, I think we have taken care of your line.
I hope you can hear me clearer now.
Yes.
Can you?
Yes.
Yeah. So just, yes, see, Ms. Batham is representing her party, and she has every right to defend her party as well as her alliance. But I take objection to the words she said about correcting me. I will set a few things right. With registering my protest to this word correct. Number one, Mukesh Sahni represents Mallas. It is very important to tell you that Bihar is a riverine state. And there is a very large tract of Bihar in north and northeast of Bihar, which is fed by rivers and their tributaries. And many caste groups, many communities depend on the economy of the rivers. It includes Nishads, it includes Kewards, Ghatwar, Kashyap. There are about a dozen communities in my own home district who are dependent on this riverine economy. Altogether, they come to, close to about 10%. And none of them vote in a homogeneous manner. That is the most important thing. In my own district, you have 3 different subcastes of Yadavs who all vote differently. So to presume that Mukesh Sahni will get the entire Nishad, Kewad, Ghatwar, all the votes is like not knowing Bihar at all, is one thing. Second, I have ground reports of my own travel where Sahnis have said that, and the reason is very clear, you see, the NDA has also fielded many Sahni candidates, not only candidates, in its own camp, the NDA has some very reputed, very strong Sahni leaders also. So that is one point. Still, Mukesh Sahni will get a good chunk of the Sahni votes, but it is not going to be more than half, is what I can tell you today, even before voting.